when dating coaches say to you, oh, if a person doesn't want to give you a committed relationship, believe them the first time when they say, I don't want anything serious. And then 6 months down the line, when you're still not in anything serious, you should listen to them. No. When a dating coach says to you, oh, they're just emotionally unavailable, next. No. When a dating coach says to you, you can't turn a friends with benefits into a serious relationship, bullshit. So how do you make your situationship or your friends with benefits or your dating life into a serious relationship? In this law's lesson, I'll teach you what you're actually doing in your mind that's actually even causing a friends with benefits, that's causing only a situationship, that's causing you only to be dating and in the talking stage or the dating stage and not in the serious relationship stage. And you'll know exactly after this lesson how to fix it. So guys, you've got to understand that every situation you get in, whether it's romantic, whether it's serious, whether it's friends with benefits, whether it's an affair, whether it's just a situationship, whatever it is, you're the one who generated that in the 3D with your thinking about yourself and about what you deserve in love. Now, if any of you have done my Worthy as Fuck for Love course, you'll understand that entire course is making you understand you want to believe you're worthy as fuck for love. Now, a lot of you haven't done that course, and if you haven't done that course and done the assessment in that course that actually assesses how you get yourself in those situations all the time, then I really recommend you come and do Be Their Priority, because we're doing a similar thing where we're looking at our old stories of how we don't get prioritized, how we don't end up with the relationship, how we don't end up with the love. We're assessing ourselves outwardly instead of doing an actual assessment like you do in Worthy as Fuck for Love. We're doing it as a group in the squad at the moment. So I highly recommend you come and join us in the squad if you really want to know why you keep kind of generating the same situations all the time. And so many of you go and watch dating advice, listen to dating coaches who say, oh, you pick this kind of guy, it's the guy you're picking. Yes, it can be the kind of guy you pick, but you've got to understand you picked him and you stayed there, but also they reflect you. So not only are you going to find a person in a room who's going to reflect you, but even when they turn up not giving you what you want, a lot of you stay and you're not understanding how to fix it when it's not the way you want. And you keep blaming them, and you go and watch dating coaches and listen to dating coach advice that says, next, go and find another guy because he's emotionally unavailable, or he doesn't want a relationship, or he's not ready for commitment. That's all bullshit, guys. Like, I'm just telling you right now, that every single thing I ever learned from a dating coach is bullshit. Like, I listened to all those, the rules books, Why Men Love Bitches. I had all those books, I had the whole series. I would listen to male dating coaches because I thought they knew better because they were a guy. Everything I ever learned is wrong. And I'll tell you why. Because it's all based on assumptions about other people. So when dating coaches say to you, oh, if a person doesn't want to give you a committed relationship, believe them the first time when they say, I don't want anything serious. And then 6 months down the line, when you're still not in anything serious, you should listen to them. No. When a dating coach says to you, oh, they're just emotionally unavailable, next. No. When a dating coach says to you, you can't turn a friends with benefits into a serious relationship, bullshit. Guys, it's all you. You're the one creating the situation from the start. And if it turns out shitty or it never started well, you're the one doing that. Some of you even start with great relationships and turn them into shit. What you've got to understand is that every single bit of advice you hear about it's about the other person and how they are is wrong. And if you can really get that, and if you can stop blaming the other person and stop trying to change them, you'll get this and you'll be able to do whatever it is you want with your current situation. Turn it from friends with benefits to an actual relationship. Turn it from a situationship to a serious relationship. Turn it from a serious relationship to engagement, from engagement to marriage. Trust me. Because I have been in friends with benefits a lot in my life, or situationships a lot in my life, and it literally had nothing to do with the men. Like nothing to do with them. I could even turn a serious relationship that was a serious relationship, eventually we'd split up and then we'd still sleep together for like 6 years. Now, why was I doing that? Why did I keep getting myself in those situations? That was about me feeling not good enough. That was about me actually not being able to get close to someone and let someone truly in and be authentic with someone. So I felt more comfortable in relationships that weren't serious. It was about me. It wasn't about them. I could turn a guy who would normally have serious relationships into a friends with benefits person. It was me doing it. Right? A lot of you will be in a friends with benefits situation or a situationship, split up with the person because they're not giving you what you want, and the next girl they end up with, they marry, or they end up in a really serious relationship with, and you go, oh my God, it wasn't the guy, it was you. If that's not the case, how does that keep happening to people? And they turn around and say, oh, his light just wasn't on. He just wasn't ready for a serious relationship. No, bitch, he was reflecting you. He was reflecting your shitty thoughts about you feeling like you're not good enough for a full-blown relationship. That's all he's doing. Everyone is your reflection in your reality because this out here is your reality. You're the one creating it with your subconscious mind. And if you don't understand that, and you don't understand that the subconscious thoughts you've held since childhood about yourself are causing everything, including the way other people show up, then you won't get this, and you'll blame your boyfriend or your situationship or your friends with benefits or even the guy you're going out with for 7 years who hasn't proposed yet on the fact that you're not getting what you want. You'll split up with them. There are so many girls who end up in those kind of like 7-year, 10-year relationships, don't get the marriage, split up with the guy, and then he goes and marries someone in a year. It's not the guy. It's you. Like if you're in a situation where you've been with someone for 7 years and you want to get married, don't you think there's a problem there? What's the problem? The problem is you thinking that they don't want to marry you. So sitting them down and having a chat about it isn't going to make any difference. Forcing them to propose to you isn't going to make any difference. If you're in a friends with benefits and you want it to be a serious relationship, you can't sit down and say, what do I mean to you? And have the talk. You can't force something that's been caused by your own thinking. You're the one causing it. The only thing you can do is go within and change your thinking about yourself and the situation and the terrible fucking stories you hold about them. And then they'll change because they're not changing, they're reflecting you. And if you do be their priority right now, you'll understand all the shitty stories you actually hold that you don't realize you're holding in your subconscious mind about your specific person. And a lot of people were really, really worried and like concerned about how much shit they held in their mind about the person. They're like, how am I going to get rid of this? I'm like, don't worry, the course will get rid of it. But the discovery in part 1 and part 2, people were like, oh no, in the kind of discovery stage, because they didn't realize how much shit they thought about their person and especially about themselves that got them in the situation they're not happy in, or got them with a person they feel isn't showing up for them and prioritizing them and loving them and giving them the relationship they want. It's not about them. And when you finally get this, guys, you'll stop blaming every single solitary person involved in any single solitary situation in your life. You can't blame them. It's all you. And when you finally get it, it's such a peacefulness. It's such a like non-reactionary way to live. Because there's no point having a talk. There's no point getting in a fight. There's no point getting in an argument. There's no point telling someone off. Right? I get myself in situations at the moment. The only time I'm really not doing this is in life, in work. Because I find that I've got so many staff and I'll get like concerned about something and I'll verbalize what I'm concerned about. And I really should be going within and just changing it in my mind rather than even telling them I'm concerned about something. I do it in relationship. I don't do it in work. And I've got to do it more in my work life. And I'm probably driving my staff nuts because I verbalize too much what's bothering me instead of just going within and deciding they've read my mind, even though I don't expect them to read my mind. But you understand? Everyone is simply your reflection, whether it's work or love. And so many of you aren't getting that. And that's why so many of you are so frustrated by your specific person, because you think you're trying to change them because you've watched fakakta bloody manifestation coaches who can say change a specific person. You're not changing them. I don't know how many times I have to say this. You're not changing them. They're reflecting you. Are you changing your mirror in the morning when you don't look nice? No. No, you dumb bitch. Stop teaching this. You don't understand it and you're confusing everyone. Right? Does that make sense? So, if we are the person who's causing it, how do we then change a friends with benefits to a serious relationship, or a non-serious relationship, or a situationship, or a dating situation into a serious relationship? You assume they want a serious relationship. like it's that simple, guys. That's it. However, I'll caveat that by saying, but do you believe yourself to be a person who deserves the serious relationship? That is the problem. That's what I teach. I can tell you to go to the end all you like and imagine they want a serious relationship and they're in love with you. But do you feel lovable? Do you think you deserve it? Do you think well enough of yourself that you think that person could admire you, put you on a pedestal and think you're fucking amazing? A lot of you don't. And then you blame them for not feeling that way about you when you don't feel that way about you. And that's what the whole of Be Their Priority is all about. And this week, dropping on Monday, is a new section all about prioritizing yourself. Because a lot of you don't. A lot of you don't even give yourself props on how great you are or think you're even great. And then you expect your other person to think it. And you're putting yourself down and beating yourself up and thinking you do things wrong and talking badly about yourself, talking badly about how you're not loved by them. Isn't that talking badly about you? If you keep constantly telling the story that they don't love you, isn't that a self-talk that is actually about you? I am so unlovable that this guy doesn't love me, this girl doesn't love me. Well, hang on, isn't that a self-talk implying that I am not lovable enough? Fuck, that's about me. That's not about him. I don't get the commitment. I don't get a serious relationship. This never works out for me. Love never works out for me. Well, hang on. Isn't that a story that things don't work out for me, that I don't get, that I don't deserve? Fuck, that's about me. It's not about them. And so many of you just love passing the buck and blaming them and trying to change them. They're only reflecting the stories you hold about your fucking self. And so many of you don't get this, and it's like, blows my mind. And you come in here as if you've learnt manifestation like a magic trick and you're waving a wand and trying to change a person. You're not fucking changing them. I don't know how many different ways I can say it. And I know a lot of people are new who watch me. And if you're really, really new and you are trying to manifest back a specific person, I think the first course you should do before you do anything, if that's the main thing you're trying to do, because you're really not getting this about their reflecting you, is back and begging. And in that course, I teach you what manifesting a specific person back actually is. It's not this, it's this. And if you don't get what I mean by that, that's why you need to do that course, because some of you are fucking lost and you think you're changing them. You're not changing them. And if you've got yourself in a situationship where they don't love you, they won't love you if you don't feel lovable enough, if you don't think you're lovable. I'm not saying you have to feel it as in feel feelings. I mean, feel it as if it's true. That when I say feeling, I mean as true, not feelings like emotional. Okay, I'm not telling you to sit there loving yourself. I'm telling you to think you're lovable. There's a difference. And I know in my own life, when I change, the person changes. And I can go from a situation where it seems like a situationship to something really fucking serious as soon as I change my thoughts. And it can happen really fast because everyone is only your reflection of the you are now, not the you were yesterday. Because you still are the you were yesterday. You're still carrying those thoughts. So you have to be the new you now, and then they'll change. Because they're not changing, they're reflecting. They're not changing, they're reflecting you. And if you don't get that, please come and join us and Be Their Priority, or do back and begging if you're just so caught up in the moment, at the moment of trying to manifest them back and you don't understand you're not changing them. Okay? Thank you for making me realize my power. Oh, you're welcome, darling. I'm scrolling up to the questions. Let me go to the top. And guys, it's part of the squad. You get it in your squad membership. The course is a preview of the course. You get all my videos. You get the workbooks, and it's extended all the way to the end of July. It's a 2-month intensive course now. It's a focused course, okay? Hang on. Just met my SP. I really like him. I'm wondering what needs to be done to manifest relationship. What I just said, assume you're in one. Guys, stop assuming they don't want one. Like, just in that question implies that you think they don't want one. Why would you even be asking that? Why don't you just assume they want one with you? Why don't you just assume they love you so much already that they want one? See what I'm saying about your assumptions already are poor, are negative, are the assumption that he doesn't want this to be a relationship? Why are you thinking that? That's about you, not him. It's Louisa from the squad. Oh, hello, darling. Can we ask questions? Yes, guys. Hi, everyone. It's my first live, so happy to be here. Oh, well done. Self-concept being high. Well done. I would say welcome. concept being higher, no longer want SP. It can happen, guys. It's happened to me. Question, I need a new SP. Is that possible? Yes, guys, it's also happened to me. You can either manifest in someone new or change the person you're with because they're not changing, they're reflecting you. How do you know to feel a feeling that we don't know? You're not meant to be feeling feelings, guys. This is about manifestation. This is about mind power and thinking new thoughts, not feeling new feelings. If you're trying to feel new feelings, you're completely doing this wrong. Talk about how to get money. Well, guys, you're not getting, you're being in the state of having it already. If you're trying to get money, you won't get money. It's like trying to get love. You either have to feel lovable now and think you're lovable now to be loved. We're not getting love. It's not something outside of us we're getting. So if you think of love or money as something outside of you, you're doing this wrong. You've got to think of it, it's here already. So think of it as here already. Winnie the Pooh mug, yes. Just started following you. Oh, thank you. Dropping your desire once working on self-concept. Look, when Neville said drop it, he didn't mean never think about it again. Okay, so a lot of people misconstrue what Neville taught about that. He means drop the seed in the ground and don't try and dig it up again. He doesn't mean forget about your desire altogether. Of course you want your desire. When he wanted his wife, he didn't just forget about her one day. I'm manifesting my second marriage. I'm manifesting my wife. I love her so much. I'm going to forget about her and drop the desire. I don't desire her anymore. He didn't do that. He's saying don't dig it up. A lot of people teach this wrong. How to move beyond friends with benefit cycle. That's what this whole video is about. You can watch it back on YouTube next week. Living from the end, really how to do it. Guys, you just go there in your mind and imagine it's done already. What would it look like if it were true now? What to do when it's been a long time and still no results? Well, you listen to me because you've obviously not been doing what I teach because otherwise it would be here by now. Guys, if you really were listening to me, things would have changed by now. Like the amount of people in my immediate circle at the moment who've really listened to my teachings, who've got results right now. Everyone's getting results all around me at the moment. You don't listen. You don't listen to me. So what are you doing that's causing no results? Because you're not listening to me. Because not all coaches are created equal. Don't come in here and tell me I've been doing this for X, Y, Z time. Were you watching XYZ coach who's an XYZ fuckwit? Or you're watching me? Did you listen to Neville? Or were you listening to like Joe Dispenza or some fuckwit? Actually listen to the people who know how to teach this. If you're not, that's probably why it's taking you so long to get results, because you've been watching a fuckwit. And you've been doing it wrong. Hi, last couple of days, not feeling need to affirm. Cried in shower yesterday following a visualization and thought it's done. Feel so relaxed. Good sign. What are you crying about? Okay, guys, if you're crying from like sadness or missing them, no. Fuck to the hell to the no. But okay, if you're crying from joy, yeah, sure. Okay. Some of you worry me when you come in here saying, I cry my eyes out. What about? You're meant to be imagining it's here already. What are you crying about? That's the tears of joy. You're fucking doing it wrong. Healing trauma. It's totally unnecessary, Ben. You don't have to heal your trauma to manifest, okay? All we're doing is changing our thoughts about ourselves, which in turn heal our trauma. If you want to talk about it like that. First of all, we don't go around telling ourselves we've got trauma. We just uncover our deep subconscious thinking that's caused us to be traumatized. Okay? That's what we do here. It's called self-concept, your concept of yourself. And you certainly don't label yourself as a person with trauma. Otherwise, that will stay with you for the rest of your fucking life. And you'll spend the rest of your goddamn life trying to heal it. And a lot of people get confused listening to me and think that's what I'm teaching because they're deaf and they don't listen. That's not what I teach. It's not necessary. How to manifest SP after terrible old stories and now in no contact. Well, you're the one who created those terrible old stories and you're the one who created no contact. So have you stopped blaming them and stopped getting shitty at them? I bet you haven't. Why are you holding old stories that are shitty? If you really love them, why are you holding old stories that are shitty? Like, think about that logically, guys. If you want to marry someone, would you be walking down the aisle holding a whole lot of shitty old stories as you walk down it? Like, about your husband? Why are you holding on stories that are shitty? Come and do Be Their Priority Darling in the squad. You really need it because you need to uncover what those stories are and change them. We're doing that right now in the squad. Suggestion for a serious relationship. Well, that's what this whole video is about. Notice the wish instead 3D, no distractions. Don't know what the fuck that means, Mencia. What do I do if I don't feel the same way about SP since I have elevated my self-concept and there are so many options in romance? Well, then don't fucking have them. Guys, look. It's like you've gone to an area with a whole lot of takeaway. joints, okay? And you really wanted a burger. And when you got there was actually fish and chips, and there was Chinese, and there was Thai, and you get there and you think, you know what, I feel like Thai food. But you guys are all so stuck on the thing that you thought you wanted, you know, an hour ago, the burger, and you're all just choosing the burger, and you're eating the burger even though you don't want the fucking burger and you'd really like Thai food. If you want someone else, fucking go and manifest someone else. What the fuck is this kind of question? Oh, what do you do when you find someone else? Manifest them then. Forget about your old SP. Great. I don't even understand these questions when you guys come in with this. What do you want me to say? Oh, no. You've got to stick to the same SP that you wanted when you had a really shitty self-concept before, who came in when you had a really appalling self-concept, and you haven't managed to make them reflect any other way differently, but stick with them, even though they turned up like a piece of shit in your reality, because you started out manifesting them. What do you mean, guys? Talk about removing old stories. That's what we're doing right now in the squad, guys, and the only way you can really do it is to replace those stories with something new. You can't just get rid of them. You can't just remove them. If you're trying to remove them, you're doing it wrong. We're not removing anything. We're changing them. We're telling new stories. Nature abhors a vacuum. You can't just suck all the thoughts out and then just have no thoughts, can you? It'll just go back in. Your old thoughts will just go back in. You have to replace them, not remove them. We're not removing anything. How much is SP's own personality and how much is our reflection? Is this a real question? Are you telling me people don't have personalities? Guys, of course they come in with personalities, but whatever goes in their mind that they think about you came from you. I have my own personality, don't I? You have your own personality, don't you? Everyone has their own personality, but the way they feel about you is a direct reflection of the stories you hold about yourself. You see the difference? Can you please do a guided meditation with this? I have it in a couple of my courses, guys. Loz lesson on when to know when to stop digging for beliefs in a certain area. Well, Hannah, if you're digging and you get into the core of the earth and you're still digging, there's a problem there. You've been with me a fucking long time. If that's what you mean. Like, haven't you got to the core of your shit yet? What the fuck have you been doing? You've been with me all this time and you haven't got to the core thing of what your fucking one problem is. Open your ears a bit more. Guys, if you've been watching me a long time and you're still digging and don't know what your beliefs about yourself are you really actually listening? Or are you in a constant state of, I'm doing this wrong, I need to listen to Loz, I need to watch every lesson and do every technique and you haven't just got in the new state of you yet? You're doing constant digging because you think you're not good enough as you are. Maybe it's that, Hannah. Did you ever think of that? Question yourself as to why you feel like you have to keep digging. And I know I say keep digging till you find your shit, but you've been with me long enough that you should have found it out by now. If you haven't, there's a problem. You're probably thinking you're not enough as you are and you're constantly looking for things and all you need to do is just decide you're perfect now. Right? And then if any thoughts come up, you change them on the spot. Investigate that a little bit, darling. Living in the end will be good. Oh, we just spoke a bit about that. Friends and benefits, yes, okay. We're all talking about what we wanted for the Loz lesson. I'm positive always, but sometimes because I miss him so much, I start thinking about, damn, why did he do that? And I miss him. I don't know how to divert that. Zeal, you're not doing anything I teach. I don't teach you to be positive always. I don't tell you anything that you're doing. I teach you to tell different stories about the situation, about yourself and about them. Are you doing that? You don't sound like you're doing that. That's why you're missing them. You're not living the end of being with them. How to manifest new habits? Well, habits come from your thinking about yourself. So the way you act mainly is based on fears that you have, and you'll do things out of fear. So what are you doing out of fear? Change that and your habits will change. What to do when you've worked in self-concept for a long time, but 3D is not reflecting and SP is still away? You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. What are you doing wrong? Guys, if you've been doing this a long time and nothing's fucking changed, you haven't changed. Be serious. Be real. Be honest. You're still telling old stories about them or you. Sorry. Like, I could lie and say, oh, it takes time. Yeah, because you haven't changed. Like, I could bullshit you, make you feel better. But if you've been doing this a long time, a very long time, then something's fucking wrong. So what do you mean you worked on self-concept? A lot of people say that and they don't even know what they mean. What do you mean you worked on self-concept? Have you uncovered your deep, core, hidden subconscious issues from childhood? Bet you fucking haven't. I bet you're just doing things like, I'm a queen, I'm confident, I'm loved, I'm chosen, and you don't even know if that even applies to you. What are you doing? Tell me. Because I don't know. Because I don't know what worked on self-concept means. What about your self-concept have you worked on? A fair situation. Well, how'd you get yourself in that, Roxanne? That's about you. That's about you feeling essentially unchosen. So you choose a totally unchoosable person who can't choose you, won't choose you, and then you're staying with them. So why are you staying and why did you choose them? Now, I'm not saying you can't have them, but why did you? That's about you. And when you change it, they'll choose you. But if you don't change it within you, they won't choose you. That's why you chose them, because they're reflecting your story about yourself. That's why you chose them and stayed. A person with a self-concept that feels chosen wouldn't have A, chosen that person, or when they discovered they were married, would have left. So why are you staying? That's about you. But how to embody and living in the wish fulfilled if we don't know how it is to be loved? Guys, are you fucking for real? You don't know what it looks like when people are in love. You haven't seen romantic movies. You haven't seen people who are in love. You don't have to feel feelings. You just have to think thoughts. How to manifest. He texted me today. Guys, we have a course coming out called Manifest Contact. But what you need to do is actually imagine the whole relationship, not just the text. Do that when it comes out, darling. But you can manifest a text if you really want, but you might only get a text. You understand? Practical suggestions, how to live in the end during no contact and terrible old stories. I already answered you. Please stop repeating yourself. It's hard to pick a Loz lesson when you've done them all. I know you can't, honestly. Moving on of the old SP and get a new one. Okay, go on then. Hey Loz, living in the end, no contact circumstances. Guys, a lot of you in here are no contact. What the fuck? Ask yourself how the living shit you got yourself in no contact in the first place. I bet you a lot of you, it's because you were triggered and you went no contact with them, or you acted like a triggered bitch and they went no contact with you and blocked you. Either way, it's because of your behavior and your thinking. So don't blame them for the no contact. Uncover, how did I end up like this? Oh, well, I know. I was really triggered and asked them how they felt about me, or where have they been, or have you been seeing other girls, or something, and he blocked me. So how did I get myself in this situation? How to undo that? Well, do I start thinking he wants me and only me? He loves talking to me. He doesn't want other girls. He only wants me. I'm the chosen one. Oh, yeah, that'd be a good idea, because that's not what I was thinking before, and that's how I got myself blocked in the first place. Uncover how the fuck you got yourself in no contact, guys. Most of you because you were acting triggered in the 3D and you got fucking blocked. The rest of you acted like triggered bitches and blocked them, or thought that going no contact would be a really great way to manipulate them. And right now your SP's forgotten all about you because you did something fucking dumb, like went no contact because some dumb dating coach told you that would be a really fucking good idea. And now your SP's probably fucking someone else because you listened to a fucktard like that, who didn't tell you to change your thinking, that caused you to feel unloved by them, that caused you to feel like you had to manipulate them in the first place. And if any of you are doing that as a manipulation tactic, you've got a lot of fucking work to do in yourself. Not to scare you, but like, please don't do that shit as a manipulation tactic. It's so fucking dumb. I'm going to manipulate you, mirror, and go no contact with you in the morning, because when I get up and look at you in the morning, you make me look really ugly. So I'm going no contact with you. Okay, that's kind of what you're doing. Your person is your mirror. Can you go no contact with your mirror in the morning just because you look like shit when you wake up? No, that's how fucking dumb it is. But keep doing it if you want. Won't work. And anyone who goes, it worked for me. Have you married them? How's it going? Let me know. How'd that manipulation tactic go? I would love to get some more insights on blanket affirmations. You can say them all you like, darling, but if you don't get to the core of your shit, it won't do anything. It won't do jack shit. Please binge your previous lives. Guys, I've got so many lives on YouTube that are replays. You can go and watch all of them on my Subconscious Loz YouTube channel. Hi, Loz. What to do about physical distance between me and SP? You don't even worry about it. But you're really worried about it. You think it's physical distance. You think it's a problem. You think it's going to cause XYZ problem. You think it means you won't be together. So you won't. Whatever your story is about the situation is what will be. So what's your story about it? That you'll never get together. You'll never live in the same place. It's a problem. They'll cheat on you. What are your thoughts? Change those. Suggestion, manifesting on deadline. Well, you can, guys, if you really want to. How to manifest a wedding with SP while having negative thoughts, third party, and all shitty circumstances. How to live in the end like I'm his wife already. You won't be able to, darling. You won't be able to. I've seen you so many fucking times. When are you going to open your ears? You're not going to marry them anytime soon if you're holding old stories about them, holding stories that they want someone else, thinking about a third party, having shitty circumstances, thinking you've got shitty circumstances. The circumstances don't matter, but if you think that circumstances are shitty, you're holding so much shit in your brain and you expect to marry them, do you, with that? Go away. You don't listen. If you're the same person who's been here for a while and you're on my YouTube and you keep coming in here going on about how you want to marry your SP and you don't understand that you can't if you hold all these shitty stories. It just isn't possible. I'm really sorry. They are only reflecting you. So how are you going to marry someone you hold a really shitty story about? How's that going to fucking work? You really need to watch all my stuff. You really need to listen more. You don't listen. If this is the same person I've seen a million times. And you're writing it in capital letters as if I'm going to make it really more special and more important because you're screaming at me in capital letters in the comment. Guys, if you scream at me in capital letters, repeat your question, beg me to answer you, you know what it tells me about you? You don't listen. You're in desperate need of energy and you're not fucking even listening to the lesson I just gave. And you think I want to answer you and you're like that, screaming at me. Living from the end? Okay, a lot of people talking about that. Oh, everyone wanted that lesson. Oh, sorry, guys. Feeling like giving up on SP, it's affecting my mental health now. Well, then give up, darling, because you're the one reflecting it out. You're the one causing their behaviour. You're not getting this. So go on then. Your mental health won't get any better, but go on because you're doing it wrong. You're trying to manifest them, are you? That's what's making you mental. That's what's making you feel obsessed. You're not doing anything I teach. Maybe, just maybe, go and watch all my fucking YouTube videos and get a clue about the fact that you're doing this wrong, and that's what's making you feel mental right now because you've been watching fucktards. Loz, please more sleep tapes needed. I know, guys. I know I really need to do more sleep tapes. I'm really sorry. I know everyone loves them and there's only like 3. Or however many there are. Working on self-concept includes a chain reaction. Automatically the story of me and my SP changes. My beliefs and thoughts are loving and positive, and automatically I live in the end until it hardens into fact. That's wonderful, darling. That's exactly what happens. Exactly. Friend zone relationship. It's exactly the same lesson I just gave. Doesn't matter if it's friend zone, friends with benefits, not serious. It's all the same lesson, guys. How to manifest a wedding. Divya, you won't be getting married to that guy. I'm really sorry. Don't mean to scare the shit out of you. You come in here with all kinds of questions about the wedding, and if you're holding shitty stories about them, they won't be marrying you. Why would you marry someone who you've got shit stories about? Change the stories, please. Come and do, be their priority. You're very confused. What is the state of being loved? What do you do? Habit ideas. You don't have to do any habits. There's no habits. There's no 3D stuff. Guys, what do you think? I'm teaching you mind power, not 3D shit. You don't have to do anything. What do you think about you that makes you feel so unlovable? Change it. Oh, thank you. I've got pink chrome nails. Yes, thank you. I love you, Loz. What's this? I love you, Loz. I changed my life completely thanks to you. My SP is back, starting my master's degree in January. I'll always be grateful. You crossed my path in life. Love you. Love you. Oh, wonderful, darling. Who is this? Doro26410. Oh, thank you, darling. Thank you so much. What's this? Yes, friends and benefits to relationships. Well, first live stream, you remember, just completed part 3 of 3 of Be Their Priority. Excellent course. Highly recommend to anyone trying to get to the root of what they might be unconsciously creating. Thank you, darling. Yes, guys, if you haven't got to the root of what you're unconsciously creating with your person and why they're not prioritizing you or not loving you or not in a relationship with you, go and do it, please, in the squad right now. Loz, suggest, should I take K or Waffle course? I usually need help in SP relationships. So Kick-Ass You, K-A-Y, is my self-concept course. The Waffle course is Worthy as Fuck for Love. Everyone abbreviates in the squad. So a Kick-Ass You has an assessment to assess your self-concept issues, and that's about your general self-concept, but also in love. But Waffle, Worthy as Fuck for Love, is specifically about your stories in love and the occurrences that keep happening and the stories you keep having and the things that keep occurring that you can't change. And if it's about love, I do that. Because if you already know some of your self-concept issues, go straight to Worthy as Fuck for Love, darling. Yes, pink nails. Yes, they're new. Why I manifest a forbidden relationship is because I felt unchosen, unwanted, I'm working with my self-concept. Yes, darling, if it's forbidden, hidden, an affair, whatever, absolutely. It's exactly those reasons. So change that. You don't feel worthy enough to be shown off. You feel not good enough to be displayed as the girlfriend, the wife. Waffle and back and begging a fire, seriously. Thank you, darling. Excuse my horror typing. I understand. Like, if I feel bad that an old SP who didn't commit to me committed to someone else, despite knowing that he was just reflecting my old self-concept, does that mean I still have a bad self-concept? It means you've got a story that they made decisions in your relationship that weren't you. Darling, if he's gone and chosen someone else, shouldn't that prove to you that you had a fucking shitty story about him and a fucking shitty story about you when you were together? I said that once. I did oh my God, I've spilled tea all over myself. Did you guys notice I spilled tea all down my front during this video? Look, how have I done that? How have I done that? Did anyone notice me spilling tea? I must have been holding it like this and spilling it. I must have spilled it on my top like that. What a fucking klutz. Guys, there was a video I did once on my YouTube. Go and watch it. And it was a silly girl on TikTok who kept going on and on about these dates she was going on. And she was really hooked on this one guy. And she kept going on about him, about how great he was. And I said to her, he won't choose you. You keep putting him on this pedestal and you're putting yourself down all the time. And you're sticky noting him with like he's the greatest fucking thing since sliced bread. And this guy's not going to choose you. And you've got to stop banging the stories that this guy's a player and he's this and he's that. And he doesn't want you, because she had such terrible stories about this guy. He had no choice but to not choose you, and eventually he rejected her. And I said, in not so many words, you've got to do this, otherwise. And then she was like, you were trying to tell me I told you so. I said, I'm not trying to tell you I told you so. I was trying to teach you something. And this poor girl got so butthurt, she blocked me on everything. And I said to her, watch and learn. He'll go and find someone else and choose her. And I bet you any money if I go to her account, there's probably videos there where she said he's chosen someone else. Because she didn't understand that her stories about herself were causing her to be unchosen by him. And that's what you're doing. So don't blame him like that girl was doing. Between kick-ass, you or waffle, I would choose waffle as it goes deeper. Yes, into the love stuff, yes. How, honestly, guys, how have I done that? What a klutz. Look at that. What the hell? Dating coaches just use your fear to make you more stuck and egoistic. Guys, honestly, please stop watching them. There's not one I would agree with. Loz, just wanted to say you're amazing. Greetings from Austria. Oh, Jules. Guten Tag. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. Okay, good. All teachers manipulation. Yeah, all dating coaches teach manipulation. I know. Sorry, guys. Don't know how to tag you. Oh, we're trying to tag people here. We can't do it. Oh, listen, Matthew Hussey. That Matthew Hussey guy is such a fucking knob. A friend of mine in England once went to one of his seminars and used the tactics he taught, and she used to get rejected constantly by guys. And I used to watch her, and I used to think, what are you doing? She's like, oh, something Matthew Hussey taught me. I'm like, it's not working. Please don't go and approach that guy and give him your number. Oh no, oh Jesus, oh God, that guy clearly didn't want you. Oh my God, and then she'd start walking back. Oh, he said he had a girlfriend. No, he didn't. He was just rejecting you because you were being so forward because you were doing some stupid Matthew Hussey thing. Fucking hell. Matthew Hussey guy is such a fucking knob. But he knows how to get himself on social media and how to get seen and known. Oh, he's such a dickhead. But guys, you've got to remember, some people are just good at marketing themselves. That guy's really good at marketing himself, and he gets to know people. He gets stuck up people's asses. He was on the Kardashians once. He moved to LA and made sure he met all the right people to get on all the right podcasts and all that stuff. He's not stupid when it comes to marketing, but he's stupid when it comes to the advice he gives. Molly's so cute. Oh, she's, bless her, she's asleep now. Oh, no, she's asleep next to me now. Dating coaches only blame the other person. Exactly, guys. Thank you, Loz. You're the best. Kisses from Greece. Oh, Kelly Mirror. I had great self-concept, but a story I was better single. Waffle took that, stomped on it, and made me realise I was hiding. I wouldn't be here right now without honesty. Oh, wonderful, Cash. So many people do say that course really massively helped them. I know John did it before he got Sam back. I know Sasha did it before she got her SP back. Now I see any circumstances, I hear Loz's voice, it's you, not them. Wonderful, darling. Dating coach's advice made me stuck with broken heart for 2 years after the breakup, gaslighting me. I'll never hear from my SP again because he's distant and avoidant. And it's not anything of the sort. They're not distant or avoidant. And if you just change your thinking about them, they'd be back by now. I'm sorry you wasted your life on those fucking dating coaches, darling. Sorry, very new here. What is waffle? It's worthy as fuck for love. It's my love course, darling, on my website, on subconsciouslaws.com. Everyone calls it waffle, and kick-ass you is K-A-Y. I'm working on my self-concept, but it's only around relationship, SP situation where I tend to get triggered, not otherwise. Well, keep working on that, darling. Lois, I don't understand. I tried everything. He's just not texting me. You haven't tried what I teach you. What do you mean you tried everything? What have you tried? What do you mean? You're not doing what I teach you. Have you tried working on your self-concept? Have you tried uncovering what deep subconscious issues you have that caused him not to text you? No, you haven't done that, have you? Someone said Matthew Hussey, and I cackled. I used to watch him like he was God. He was not one person I ever watched like they were God. I watched him as soon as I saw him. I thought he was a dickhead. That is one person I was like, this person does not know what they're saying. There was an older, before Matthew Hussey, a male coach, not David D'Angelo, because he teaches, even pagan, teaches men. There was a guy, a California, really good looking guy, and I had a series of his dating coach. He was much better than Matthew Hussey, and he barely got known. I know, well, he was known, but he hasn't got as much attention as Matthew Hussey. And his advice was much better than Matthew Hussey's, because he was talking about yourself, your beliefs about yourself, at least. I'm too scared to believe he wants me in case I get hurt. Well, then you will get hurt, darling, because that's your assumption. I'll try and convince myself that I don't like a guy to protect myself. Oh, my God, were you abused as a kid? Were you sexually abused as a child? Or were you neglected in some way by your parents and really hurt by them? Or betrayed in some way or something? Because it ain't about the guy. And that every poor guy you meet, you're going to run away or push them away because you've got so much fucked up shit from childhood where you feel like you're going to get hurt and the guy won't understand and you'll lose every single one of them and you'll be lonely as hell in your 80s and be sitting there going, and they'll just be like, well, I tried, but you always assumed I was going to hurt you, so I had to leave. I did that. Stop doing that. You'll lose them all. Waffle course, worthy soft love, yes. I mean, I don't do it anymore. Anyone that could help me out. I had an amazing day at a festival with SP yesterday. Lots of kissing, cuddling, but then one stupid mistake of myself ended the evening not so great. More to come. You think it's a stupid mistake. Guys, you can do one little thing, and if you've got a story that you do things wrong, you'll think it's a mistake. It's not a mistake. You've just got a story it is. That guy probably doesn't even remember what the fuck you did, what the fuck you said. Just decide they don't remember or they don't care. And if I read on the rest of this and you give me all the goddamn circumstances as to why you fucked it up, it's a story that you fucked things up. And it's totally fixable. Stop thinking you fucked it up. Right? I recently manifested my SP leaving me and in love with third party. I know what it came from because I did kick ass you. I'm working on self-concept since a month, but I feel stuck about reprogramming. What can I do? Stuck about reprogramming? What do you mean? I teach you in that course that all you need to do is think new thoughts. That's all the reprogramming you need to do. What did you uncover in that course that you need to work on? That you feel unchosen, that you feel not good enough? Well, fucking work on that. And have the story that you're back together and stop focusing on the third party. Story of my life. Oh, okay. Save this live. Yes, guys, it's going to be on YouTube, okay? I can't possibly get to all these questions, guys. There's got so many of them. Loz, is your Manifest Contact course available on the website? Not yet, guys. It's been a bit delayed because we've got so much going on with the business. We're hiring new staff. I've got a new PA starting on Monday. We're hiring a marketing manager. We're trying to put together a marketing plan. We've got so much going on that a lot of the courses have been delayed. We're kind of trying to get the business. Everyone's so overrun with work. I'm trying to salvage everyone's time a bit and make everyone less stressed. And that means a lot of courses are being put on the back burner. It means Manifest Contact's being put on the back burner. The self-concept course extensions on the back burner. Just at the moment, just so I can give everyone a bit of a breather with hiring extra staff because poor Sarah and Sarah are tearing their hair out with stress and everyone's so overworked, including me. But it will be out at some point soon. I would say in the next month, okay? My ex-friends of benefits is now living with someone else. Yep, but texts me every day and met regularly. He says, I'm his best friend, but I want more. You won't get more, darling, because why did you end up in friends of benefits in the first place? What's your story about yourself as to why they don't want you or why you don't get chosen but somebody else does? The fact that someone else got chosen and they're still staying with them but talking to you tells me that you've got a story. You're the hidden person or you don't deserve the relationship or for some reason you won't be shown off and therefore they're not showing you off. They're showing someone else off but still spending time with you. I used to get that all the time. I would have guys that be in relationships but spend all their time with me because I didn't feel good enough. So feel good enough and he'll feel that way about you. I was mine 24 years and never got engaged. Holy shit. 24 years. And how'd that work out? Sounds like you didn't get married. Hope you fixed that, whatever was going on in your brain there, Greta. Jesus, 24 years. Hi, Ellie. How are you, darling? If anyone's missed Ellie's success story, go and watch Ellie's engagement success story on my YouTube, guys. It's lovely. It's the last success story in the playlist. I'm reflecting my SP wants to marry me. 3D needs to catch up. It's not catching up, darling. It's reflecting your current thoughts. So if your current thoughts are, he is taking ages to marry me, he will take ages. Fucking listen to me when I talk. It's the video. Her voice is getting deeper and bits and back to a normal tone. Darling, it's something wrong with your phone. It's nothing to do with this. Should I just keep going with the feeling and state that he is so in love with me? Yes, because I'm so amazing, caring, loving, and unforgettable woman. Yes, darling, and stop thinking you do things wrong. Okay? My voice is different. Oh, I don't know, guys. Part 1 uncovered a massive childhood thing that I completely forgotten about. Oh, what in part 1 of part 1 of Be Their Priority in the squad? My work fired me, but I felt relieved. The atmosphere there didn't feel good for me. Oh, get out there then, Hannah. But what if he don't make time for me? 4 to 5 weeks without seeing each other, had not to get triggered. I said something, now he gets distant. Darling, you've got to come and do Be Their Priority. If you're not understanding how they're distancing, why they're not prioritizing you, it's something inside you that you're thinking about yourself that's causing them not to prioritize you. And the story you're holding about them that sounds like it's really shitty. Come and do it with us. Oh, guys, what? So something is going wrong with the sound. Oh, weird. My sister is trying to get pregnant. No, she won't get pregnant if she's trying. She's got to imagine she already is a mum, okay? Can I manifest pregnancy for her? If yes, how? Well, first of all, I would teach her this, that she needs to imagine she's a mum already. She needs to go in bed every night and imagine there's a little baby in a cot next to her. There's already a baby there. She's falling asleep every night like it's there. Not trying to get pregnant. She's a mum already. Imagine holding the baby. Imagine her handing you the baby. Imagine you rocking the baby. Imagine you bottle feeding the baby and handing it back to her. Imagine the baby's first birthday. Yes, you can do all that, but also teach her this, that she needs to be in the state of mum now, not in the state of trying. There is no try. Loz, can you make more content that's not about relationships, please? For those of us who aren't interested in that, we want more about manifesting health, wealth, and success. All right, darling, but hardly anyone wants that. So, unfortunately, every time I do a video about manifesting $1 million, which I did, no one seems to give a shit. So, I don't know. I can do plenty of videos about becoming a millionaire because I am one, but apparently no one wants to know. But I will. Have filed a case against someone, want to win it. Is it possible? Well, not if you think it's not possible, darling. No. So imagine you've won it. Hey, Loz, love you. Oh, thank you, darling. Guys, honestly, look at this. I'm cold. I have to get this off. I don't know how I've spilt tea all down my front like a full-on klutz. Look at this. What have I done? What the hell? I am a really klutzy person. I've got to stop saying that I'm so clumsy. I've spilled that all down my front. I'm freezing here, guys. I've got to go. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching me. Was this so excited for the new part of Be Their Priority? Yes. Be Their Priority Part 4 drops on Monday. So by the time this is on YouTube, Part 4 will be coming out in the afternoon, Australian time, which is morning time UK. And you'll be able to get that plus Part 5, Part 6, Part 7, all the way up to the end of July. You'll be able to get the whole course in the squad for only $50 or $35 if you join for the year. Plus you get all the benefits of the squad, the accountability, the mentors, the lives, all the things. Plus, there's all my courses on my website. Make sure you follow me here on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on YouTube or subscribe over there and watch me on TikTok. All right, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.